Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. So today is just going to be a little bit of an update. We have a new article over on the Warhammer community site about the whole lockdown situation and GW shops that may be reopening in the coming weeks. So let's jump in and let's read the article and let's go through it all. So it states, for all Warhammer fans running low on plastic glue and no oil, this means there might be soon a Warhammer or Games Workshop store open near you. In line with local advice and government guidelines, some locations will reopen this week. The success of this pilot and of course of how big the Nurgle situation develops, I call it Nurgle situation because if you say the actual name, sometimes your videos get shut down, will determine whether more open back in the short term. The health and safety of you all and of all our staff remains the number one priority. So of course these stores won't be operating as normal. They will very much only be offering a reduced level of service. You won't, for example, be able to come in, game or take part in painting lessons. We're also far from being properly up and running, so items might be out of stock or in limited supply. In addition, there will be extra signage highlighting health and safety measures that you'll need to follow, and please ensure that you always follow the local guidelines on social distancing and hand washing. As has been evident in hundreds and thousands of social media posts, Warhammer is a big part of people's lives, perhaps even more so at the moment, helping to keep people upbeat, occupied and connected to one another during the isolation. Reopening stores then is about helping you get your hobby essentials. Please be sensible whenever deciding whether or not you should make the trip or whenever the 10th Imperial Night can wait. If you are intent on visiting your local store, pop on the Facebook page first and check if they're open. At the time of writing this, there are no UK or US stores open. If you're after some specific, then give them a call and make sure what you are looking for is in stock. That's it for now. It'll give you an update very, very soon. Take care and stay safe. And that was from Andy Smiler, the global head of the Warhammer community team. Now, of course, depending where you're around the world, it also depends on whether the shops will be opening. I've heard that a couple of shops throughout Europe, certain cities in Europe are starting to reopen business. I don't know what cities they are or what is actually going to take place. I've also heard that some states in the US are slowly going to start reopening some of the businesses. So again, this could probably be some of the local Warhammer shops. I know that in the UK at the moment, we are still on lockdown. We added an additional 3 weeks to the actual lockdown. So if anything, it's probably going to be around the end of May before we start seeing anything GW-wise start to reopen in the UK. And of course, what that means, since the main factories in the UK where they start producing the models, that's where they are ship it from, some stocks will probably go out of stock, and until the actual warehouse reopens for where we are in the UK, stock will be off the shelves until they can start shipping it out. Once that factory does reopen, it's definitely going to take a couple of weeks for them to get back into like the full production. There's going to be a huge backlog of models to ship out, not only the new models that we've seen previewed in the past couple of weeks, but also models that have been out for years and years and years that have been sold out, that are out of stock, not only from the GW shops but all the third-party retailers around the UK, in Europe, everything like that. So it's GW getting its back on its feet and start to pump out those models to get it all restocked and back up to like 100%. And this applies to all the latest stuff that we've been seeing over the past couple of weeks. I know a lot of people keep asking me, what is the situation with the Psychic Awakening books like Engine War? Like Engine War was supposed to be out by now, but of course, since this has affected the production status of GW, that's why we can't have the models. And people have been saying, well, we keep seeing the previews for it and all that kind of stuff. We saw the previews for Engine War, then we saw the previews for War of the Spider, then we've started to see the previews now for Pariah. That's basically just down to GW's marketing department. They don't stop doing that, but of course the models have to stop because there's no one in there for them to go in and start producing them in the factories. When it comes to all the marketing side of things, you can basically do that from home. You can sit down, post a link to a trailer, write an article from your house and update it and put it on the website. There's nothing stopping them from doing that marketing side. GW are not going to go silent from advertising their products. It's just getting the products out there, which is going to be a test for them once they return to the factory. And that's basically it. A small little update there for you chaps wondering when GW is going to be opening. So depending where you are in the world, depending on what the guidelines is from your government, you should start seeing some Games Workshop stores opening near you very, very soon. Hopefully they have the stocks that you want. For me, I'm down to my last 2 boxes now. I've got 1 Primaris Dreadnought left and one 10-man intercessor squad, which I'm slowly building over here. So hopefully once the GW shop's open for me, I can run in and restock up, maybe getting like another executioner tank or some repulsors, or I don't know, some hellblasters or something that to just keep my blast wall force going. Thank you for coming, thank you for watching this video. Leave your thoughts, feedback, everything like that down below, and we'll have a nice little talk down there as we always do. See you now, keep safe, and bye bye.